Hello everyone. Today I'm shooting my female Acanthophis hawkei from the Northern Floodplains, Australia, and I'm gonna give her a rat. As you guys might know from my other videos, she just gave birth to a lot of slugs, unfortunately, and one dead baby, and she needs to feed before the next breeding season. And as you can see her tail, she's already cuddle luring, so she's hungry. So I'll give her a rat. This is the fastest striking venomous snake in the world, this genus. So we are gonna try and get that strike. Here is the rat. I'm trying to gonna get a sideways strike so we can see it. All right, that was nice. Not bad. I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit to the head area. I'm filming this with my EOS 70D, so it's should be quite quality footage. My handheld camcorder produces slightly worse image, slightly worse image compared to this, but let's see. As you guys can see, she already did the initial strike. It's a large meal, so she's gonna take her time, but she's a big girl, and a rat of this size every couple weeks is normal for her. Again, she had about 16 slugs and a dead baby, so if everything was properly fertilized and alive, we are looking at 17 babies for about a 2.5-year-old snake, so that was actually very good production. I'm thinking that I actually left the male shorter than I should have with her, and that was the main reason of the unfertilized eggs. But anyway, for the guys that are new to my channel, let me give you a little bit of information about the snake as she is waiting to start the feeding process. Acanthophis hawkei come from two regions in Australia. The hawkei that people mainly are used to come from the Barkly tableland, but this girl, I mean, she comes from the Northern Floodplains, and they look slightly different, but according to studies they are genetically identical. I wouldn't call him a taxonomist, but a self-proclaimed naturalist, Hauser, who already has one species name that is recognized, wrote a paper about Acanthophis in general and classified these as Acanthophis kumingi, which is not accepted by the wide taxonomical world. So these are currently called Northern Floodplains Death Adders, but again, they are found to be genetically identical to the hawkei, so they'll probably be called Acanthophis hawkei. Again, from my videos you will know that the Acanthophis taxonomy is such a huge mess. It's really difficult to put a name to these guys sometimes. But she is nevertheless beautiful. She has, when she's clean and not all dusty like this, she has beautiful yellow and orange bands. That's actually quite breathtaking. Just gonna zoom out a little bit to show you her cage. So she's in a 80 centimeter cage, terrarium, mostly with sand, but on one side I have moss, which is basically moistened every week or so. So she has a micro habitat where there's some moisture that she can use. And the other part is just sandy environment, which she likes and utilizes. She uses both sides of her cage. When she was dropping babies, she dropped them in the moist part. Okay, we are 6 minutes into the footage and this baby hasn't started eating yet. So, okay, there we go. She was waiting for my signal, I guess. Again, this is a large rat, so it's gonna take a certain amount of time for her to eat, I think. There we go. Yep, you'll always get there. It's just gonna take time. So, Acanthophis, for those of you that do not know the genus very well, they're called the Death Adders or the Death Adders, as unlike other Australian elapids, these guys A, look like adders, and B, or vipers, or B, they don't move and they don't actively chase prey. They are a product of filling a specific niche in Australia, which is basically quite empty when it comes to snakes, and that's ambush predators. They have very viperid-like characteristics. Their venom, however, is unlike most viperids, as they're not viperids. They have basically very neurotoxic venom. In fact, it's probably pure neurotoxins. My camera is having focusing problems for some reason. So they will basically sorry for this. They'll basically cause immediate paralysis, and the cause of that would most likely be the paralysis of the diaphragm muscle, which will end up basically stop the breathing process. Okay, she's slowly getting there. She decided to take her time today when it comes to feeding. Again, most elapids would be very quick. I fed my Samar Cobra a similar sized rat today. Took her 30 seconds to swallow the damn thing. Death Adders, they just take their time. They bite, they hold on, they kill, and then they eat, but they really take their time. 10 minutes into the video, we are still at the initial stages of feeding. I'm sure it's gonna speed up as soon as she starts. By the way, I'm watching my Samar Cobras right now. The male is really courting the female, which is very nice. It's a cool thing to watch. And they're about to lock up. So maybe I should be filming that instead of this girl waiting on her food item. But anyway, it is what it is. Just gonna zoom into her head so you guys can see how beautiful she is close up. At least we have something to watch. In the meantime, you guys are probably hearing all these water sounds, which is basically my aquarium filter. I have a very nice blowfish, I think it's called, yeah. She's pretty much alone in a large aquarium, enjoying her life, and that filter is constantly making that sound. Right, as you guys can see, she is getting there, slowly getting there. And we can see the meat hooks, those fangs, which are I would say more mobile compared to the other Australian lapids or any other lapid, basically. They are not as mobile as viper fangs, but they are more mobile than other lapids, which is expected with the other viperate characteristics, really. It looks like this is going to be a 20-minute video, and uploading this will take time. So, guys, I'm working for you here. Please feel free to subscribe and put the good word out so I get more subscribers. I'm over 1,000 people, which is very nice, but I would like to go up there and at least make some money from YouTube, which will help me feed my snakes. Currently I'm locking about $5 a month, which is a week's feeding maybe. So we are not there yet. Alright, she is doing it. Now it's gonna be quicker. Now, Death Adders, they usually mate, I mean most of them at least, they usually mate once in every 2 years in the wild. That's obviously because of multiple reasons. One being that prey is not as abundant as it is in a captive environment. So I don't know if she will breed once again this year. I'm hoping that will be the case. I'm gonna start cooling her down maybe after another couple of weeks of feeding. Because I really wanted some babies from these guys. They're spectacular animals, lovely animals, beautiful. But I also don't want to harm my female, and if she doesn't want to breed, she's not going to breed anyway. So we'll see. Let's slightly zoom out, because I'm sure she's going to move. The bad thing about filming with a large camera and using it as a camcorder is that unfortunately the camera is not as mobile as a handheld camcorder device. So I have my camera on the tripod right now, and you know, it's a little hard to move around sometimes. Alright, and the background voice you're hearing right now is my husky. Obviously my wife let him in, and the guy just cannot stop yapping all the time, so bear with us. And I'm not gonna go past 20 minutes. So if she's not done by 20 minutes, I'm just gonna cut it there. I think I have given enough information and very nice, beautiful footage about this amazing snake. And we are at about 16-minute mark right now. So at 20, I'm just gonna cut it. Now currently I have 3 species of mainland Australian death adders. One is this, the hawkei. The other is the Antarcticus, which is the common death adder, but they are apparently common in Australia, not in Europe. So they were quite pricey to get them. I have the Sydney red variety, which are just absolutely breathtaking animals. And the other species is the Dajara death adder, another, again, not named, taxonomically named species. Wolfgang Worcester puts them with rugosus, which is, in my opinion, interesting choice. At least rugosus is being an mainly non-PNG death adder. But again, in that Hauser paper that I mentioned, they were named as Acanthophis wolfei. Guys, I think I'm running out of tape. I'll try to keep going a couple more minutes because she is almost done, and I at least want to finish this feeding on camera. And I think we're getting some good footage right now. I can maybe zoom in a little bit to have the full effect. Yeah, she's almost done, which is very nice. Some more information about the husbandry of these guys. From a safety point of view, if you know what you're doing, Acanthophis are easy to deal with because they stay stationary and they have a strike range. So if you are outside of that strike range, you will not get bitten. But the problem with these animals are them being very stationary. You sometimes get complacent, unfortunately, and I got a very close call with the Dajara species once because of that complacency. It's very simple. If you want to keep these animals, never get your skin close to their strike range. If you stay outside of their strike range, you can keep these animals and you will never have an incident. If you get into their strike range, they will bite you. Now, in a lot of cases, Acanthophis are known to give dry bites, so that's something good. But if they bite you and if you get a wet bite, and if you do not have anti-venom available, it's 50-50, guys. Which are not good odds when it comes to your life, so I would be quite careful with them. Okay, so she's almost done. I think this is good enough. I have supplied you with some information about death adders in general and the specific species, and I think we have some beautiful footage. It's a bit long and unnecessarily slow, but it is what it is with the snake. I hope you guys liked it, and I wish you guys a very good 2015. Hopefully we will all have a very nice year. Alright guys, take care. Bye.